Shalom, welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and salutations to you, Akim, pushing his word in sincerity and truth. Back with another headline. And this one is going to be dealing from, coming from RT Russia Today. All right, and it's going to be dealing with no jab, no phone, uninoculated to have SIM cards blocked, Pakistan's Punjab government says. So if you're not down to get that jab, guess what, man? You ain't gonna have a phone and your SIM card is going to be blocked, man. All right. So this is just one of a number of draconian type measures that these governments across the world is getting ready to deploy and take. All right. Because like I said, at the end of the day, this thing is an agenda, man. It is totally an agenda, right? Not saying that the thing doesn't exist. I know people that had the CV, the CV19, and but they were sick for a couple days, and that was the end of it. And but how the governments around the world are making this jab the end all be all, as though there's no treatments, or you shouldn't take care of your health, or you shouldn't use any kind of supplements, is really telling about what they're pushing, man. There's an ulterior motive to it. So let's get into the article. It says Punjab's principal government is turning to coercive measures to increase participation in the CV19 inoculation program after unveiling plans to disable SIM cards to people who decline to get jabbed. The extreme decision was made during a meeting at high-ranking civil and military officials chaired by Punjab Health Minister Yasmin Rashid. Rashid said that the policy would disable SIM cards belonging to those who fail to get inoculated beyond a certain time. And like I'm not in Pakistan, so however it's set up, like how do you know if they did or didn't? Like if this particular phone did or this particular phone didn't is all linked to your medical records? That's another question I would have right there, man. All right, as far as raising alarm, like what the hell is going on? We are doing all we can to compel people to get the jab. The government cannot allow individuals who do not want to get the jab to risk the lives of those who already have it. So that statement right there alone makes no sense, because if it really protects you, why are you worried about this person that don't get it? Aren't you protected? So make that make sense. It says the health minister told Pakistan's Express Tribune. She said that the provincial government would demise a timeline to the policy's implementation once it received formal approval from the National Command and Operations Center, which coordinates Pakistan's national response for the CV19. Punjab Primary and Second Health Department announced the measure on Thursday in a tweet detailing the outcome of the meeting. Mobile SIMs of people not getting the jab may be blocked, the department wrote. And then as I read down a little bit more, it says a final decision has been taken to block mobile SIM cards of people that didn't get the jab. So they went ahead and put this thing into motion, man. All right, they put this thing into motion. So we're entering times, all right, Hakim, we're entering times where uh, if you stand on something and you believe in something, you're really going to be tested, man. If you do not bend to the wiles of these government systems, to the elite, to the new world order, uh, you're gonna be put through things. All right, have that in your mind. You're going to be put through things, right? So let's get this right here. So this is Exodus 23:2. It says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, right? Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment." Now the point I wanted to get out of that is, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, meaning it says what it means, man. Just because everybody's doing, your mom, your father, this person, that person, all right, and you don't want to go along with that, with those actions, right? Taking that inoculation, right? Uh, that's supported by the scriptures, that's supported by the Bible, man. All right, that's the stance that we have to take, especially in these end times, man. All right, because this is just going to be the beginning of many things that these governments are going to push. And if you don't push back, if you don't stand up for yourself, and you just go along to get along with what everybody else is doing, hey, that's going to be it for you, man. Okay, that is going to be it for you. Let's keep going. Let's go to the book of this right here. Let's get this right here. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 38:4. It says, "The Lord have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them." Right? So you got natural things that you can take that don't have lingering side effects, that has not been rushed through. All right, that's not causing certain individuals to drop dead from it. Right? So I've done many videos. Some are still on my GMS Austere Man channel, which is on suspension, by the way. Many videos still on there, dealing with what you can take to help build up your immune system, which is vital in these times, man. Very vital. All right, because if you don't, and you're only depending on Esau Edom, right, which you shouldn't be if you're watching the channel any damn way, and you in for a world of hurt, man. Because you don't know what these things can lead to. Now, somebody might take it today and nothing happens to them, and it's all good, all right, whatever. But you don't know what's going to happen 6 months down the line, a year down the line, all right? It could be, they can have grave consequences, all right? Just putting that out there. Let's go back to the article. It says the measure, that order that they put out of blocking the SIMs, was designed to counter negative propaganda about the jab to ensure that the jab targets are met. Don reported, citing the official provincial government is aiming to give it to 40 million residents by November. So they got numbers they got to meet, man. All right. In addition to the SIM restrictions, authorities might also ban people from going to parks, restaurants, and malls, according to media reports. So they're doing this in Pakistan, but like I said, you don't know what's gonna come this fall, man. You don't know what's gonna come. Yeah, they're already working and cooking up something new to blame on the people that didn't get the jab, right? Because these people are under a false premise that just because they got this thing, that they're really protected, and they have no clue about what's about to come next. All right, they have no clue about what's to come next. You see, because this thing is, like I said, a never-ending story. And once they already came out not too long ago talking about the boosters, and you're gonna have to get something for this variant and that variant, because you got people taking these things, and guess what? They're still so-called testing positive, so to speak, right? And then you have some people that get it and also getting sick, right? So the most important thing you do is build up your immune system. It says, and pray to the Heavenly Father. Punjab is the most populous province in Pakistan, containing more than half the country's total population, as well as the country's second largest city. The regional government began to inoculate people in March, but it has struggled to drum up enthusiasm for the public health initiative. Right. So you have people that's leery of this. Anybody that's a critical thinker is leery. You have the guy Rizzo from the Cubs. They were getting on him today on talk radio because he decided not to get it, man. So you got every news agency in Chicago pushing this story because he decided he didn't want it, right? So you're gonna have a lot of so-called high-profile figures come to that same conclusion, but they're not gonna say anything, man. They're gonna fake like they got it or just say they got it to to push that down to the masses. Now let's go to the book of Second Esdras, basically the ninth chapter. This is Second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before." Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right. So the Lord put prophecies in this book for a reason. So we can know where we are in this biblical timeline. Right. So more and more chariot sightings, more and more so-called tyrannical governments coming down, right? Because they know they have a short time. Plagues and diseases all over, famines getting ready to start with the droughts, and food prices going through the roof. They just had a report, I believe it was the UN on global food prices, right? So it's a whole lot of things that are in play, and not to mention another world war that's brewing. All these things are in play, and in the midst of all this, guess what? Like I said, if you somebody that stands in this truth, stands in this knowledge, you're gonna have your back against the wall, man. You're gonna get put in uncomfortable situations, so prepare yourself mentally for that. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right? So you might have a revolt over this in Pakistan of the government doing this. I don't know, it's Pakistan, so I don't know all the so-called laws. But if they try to pull something like this here in America, guess what, man? You're gonna have a civil war in your hands. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Right? So uh we're seeing the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushua talked about begin to be played out. Right? We're right in the midst of them. So you can understand. All right. But let's see if anything else in this article. It says in the U.S. state of Washington, legal marijuana retailers are giving free joints to those who have taken the jab. Restrictions have also been used to compel people to get the jab. In some countries, such as Israel, uninoculated citizens are barred from entering certain venues. It says Punjab isn't the only region in Pakistan to take a more extreme approach to making people get the jab. It says in Sindh province, plans have been announced to stop the salaries of government employees who refuse. Oh, wow. So you want your paycheck? Hey, man, they not playing. They're not taking no, they're not, wow. They're not playing any games. They're putting that chokehold on you, man. So now you're not going to get your paycheck if you're a government employee if you refuse. You see? So, like I said, everybody I know that ever had this thing uh, recovered from it with no issue, man. All right, and they've been taking care of their health, being on top of it more. See, so they're pushing this thing. Like I said, they're going through these extreme measures as though this thing is a death sentence, as though it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I'll liken it to like one of these, like a movie, like an outbreak movie, where people get something and they're gone within 24 hours, that quick, that fast. And that's not the case with this thing right here, because you go into the research of it, and you got the people who had other underlying conditions, this, that, and the other. But if you pretty much overall healthy, you know, like a guy just got this mess at work, and he was down for a couple of days, but you know, it seems like it's more to the story than they're letting on, man. And it's most definitely more to the story than they're letting on. When they're going through these great measures to get you to take this thing, right? It makes you scratch your head and it make you wonder. But I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to say shalom next time.